years ago where it was like, okay,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
come slide up real quick and let's
Yeah.
go ahead. And
Mm-hmm.
so that definitely slowed it
Mm-hmm.
down a lot more too, to be like to better understand myself and
That's
to get
good.
in tune with myself, to understand what it is that I do and don't want for myself in life as well. Because
Mm-hmm.
people can be sexually attracted to you but not want to be with
Not
you
wanting to
type
be
thing
with you
too.
type. Yeah.
And then now you putting yourself in a position again to where it go back to helping people or trying to make somebody love you
Come
when they
on.
don't love themselves,
Come on. Yeah.
and you don't love yourself either because you're doing this certain thing to try to find this love. So I've been doing a lot of self-loving lately,
Wow.
and like self dates and stuff like that, to get myself back
That's
to a
good.
stage of being okay with not doing certain things and
That's
having
good.
certain things too.
That's good. That's good. Oh my goodness. Man. Um this no, this is good. This is good. I'm a move back around because I feel like we haven't been hearing from you, MayMay. You can't hide in the text chats. Don't hide. Don't hide. She hiding because y'all getting deep. That's she hiding. MayMay, are you there?
Yeah. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, there we are. There we are. All right. Hold on. So man, this is real good. This is real good. But
And
I wanna
people don't, I'm sorry, you can
no,
finish.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Mm-mm.
People
Go.
don't think weed is an addiction, but it is.
Mm.
It is. Weed is an addiction.
That's it.
Especially like if you don't got none and you just get irritated at the littlest things and this and that.
Mm.
It is.
I have a homeboy who does that. Like, he's just upset when he doesn't have anything. Like, especially
Mm.
when he doesn't have no money. He's like going around asking people for money. And I'm
Oh
just
no.
like, yeah, that's terrible because if you don't have it,
Mm.
you don't have it, you know?
Mm.
But yeah, he be getting so irritated. Like, and
Yeah.
if you say no to him, you don't got anything. He's like, oh, no, you lying, this and that. Like, he will start freaking
Mm.
out.
I got a job.
It's bad. Like,
Yeah.
You're supposed to be able to
Mm.
support your own habits now. Like, come on now. That's
right.
Mm.
that's that's the first thing of an addiction. You got to be able to handle your
She
own
said the
addiction. If
first
you
thing
can't,
that
for real, like you
Yep.
can't support your own habit, whether it's sex,
yeah.
money, drugs, alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. If you can't support your habit, you should not be doing nothing to go support. Honestly,
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Yeah.
ready
Yeah. I
for
mean,
consequences of your actions and everything else too behind it. So
you're
it's like,
right. Right.
come on, make it make
Yeah.
sense now, sir.
Yeah. 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 Shoulder up your own burden is what you're saying. Don't be putting it on
Yeah.
somebody else. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a good thing too. I'm glad y'all pointed that out. Because we sometimes I think it's looked at as not or that it can't be. But I'm glad you said that, Marquita, that you pointed that out too, that pretty much anything can be an addiction. It sounds like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I got it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I have a sometimes I have a different view of overcoming addiction than other people because I feel like it's a
Mm.
mental thing. So I feel like if you really want to stop doing it, you'll stop doing it.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I smoke weed heavy, like I'm heavy weed smoke. I don't know how many blunts a day, but I feel like
Mm.
anytime I personally decide I want to stop smoking, not stop
Mm.
smoking because somebody else asked me to, not stop smoking for somebody else. But if I say I want to stop smoking, I feel like I can just stop smoking.
Mm. I
Because
feel that.
honestly, I used to smoke. I used to smoke Black and Miles, like back
Mm.
in high school and stuff like that. And then one day I was like, yeah, I'm done with that. They're getting on my nerves, and I just
Yeah.
hated it for her too. And
Mm.
I literally just dropped the cold turkey, no problem. I was like, it's a mental
Wow.
thing.
I know some people that think just like that. Yeah, yeah, and again, I thank you for that perspective. Um, and this is good. This is real good. Let me ask you this then. This actually ties into my next question. MayMay, I'm coming back to you. So we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
make our way on back around. But when it comes to addictions, do you feel like MayMay is something that we always have to fight to not give into? Like, do you feel like this fight is continual? Will we always be fighting to not be addicted to something?
Something.
I
Yeah.
feel like it just depends, like,
Mm.
how it all started.
Mm.
Like, how your addiction began and why.
Mm.
Especially the why is, you know, yeah.
That's good.
I don't know
Okay.
if that answers your question.
Yeah, yeah. You're saying pretty much you feel like it depends on how the addiction started.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you don't so you feel like in some cases the addiction may or a person may not have to always struggle with an addiction. Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying that with every addiction, it just depends on the way the addiction happened that determines if you'll have to continue to fight with that addiction or any addiction?
Okay. That one hit me. um
No, go ahead.
so damn, I'm gonna have to get to you on that because that one was damn. Ask me again.
You want me to ask the question again?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So pretty much with any addiction, do you feel like when it comes to addictions, it's always something that we have to fight? Like, do we have to continuously watch ourselves when it comes to addictions? And it's like, all right, I gotta make sure I'm not getting, too addicted to this or too addicted to that. Do you feel like that always has to happen in our life to where we have to always be on alert because we can fall into addiction? Or do you feel like somebody can ultimately overcome all addictions and they don't have to fight anymore?
I mean, we always have to fight, but it just depends on the person and if they want to like not fight it anymore, seek for
Mm,
help and all that stuff. It just,
mm,
I guess it just depends on the person and if they want to continue that fight or if they want to be like, okay, I had enough. I'm going to seek for help and try to get this under control at least, in some
mm,
aspect of my life. So I don't know.
mm. Okay. So you feel like it is always a fight, but
Yeah.
it okay. So you do feel like it always is a fight. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. And why do you feel like it's always a fight when it comes to addiction? Like why do you feel like that it's always going to be a fight or a struggle in a person's life? Addiction, just the addiction itself.
I feel like it's hard to ask for help, honestly. And then also
Mm.
like it's hard to overcome something that you're like think is normal,
Oh
like, or you
wow.
thought it was normal for so many years,
Mm, mm.
especially like as a young child. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So like
Yeah.
now as an adult you have to change your ways around and then it's like damn. So I
Yeah.
guess
Mm-hmm.
there is a way, but it's just gonna be one hell of a fight.
Mm.
So
Mm.
yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I appreciate that. Wow. Um, Terry, let's head over to you then. You know what I'm saying? Let's we coming back around. May didn't open us up. That's dope. That was a dope response, May. So for you, do you feel like addiction is something that will forever be a fight? You gotta continuously watch and make sure you ain't falling into it, or do you feel like maybe there's a point in which a person never struggles with addiction ever again?
I agree with what she said up there and said it really slowly depends on the person and how they want to
Mm,
go about and what they want to change about themselves. Because like the whole the what I've said earlier about the breeding kink and like
yeah.
trying to find love in people and
Mm-hmm.
having sex and stuff like that. So like again, I overcame that part of me myself because that's when I was like I was looking forward to somebody else to pour, like I said, pour in love inside
Mm,
of somebody else because I feel like I didn't have the love that I should have had when I was younger. So,
mm-hmm.
like talking to the therapist and like really understanding myself better and like what I was going through and having somebody like not basically not ridicule me or judge me in a way. It like
Yeah.
be actually sit there and listen to help me talk to my like help me understand myself and what was going on with me
Mm,
better.
mm.
So once I did overcome that part of myself and I understood like my body is more than just an object,
Wow.
I should take care of myself more than what I was because I was trying to find love in people and I was never getting the love that I was trying to find
Mm,
also.
mm.
So with that, like you said, it just depends on where you how bad you want it, where you want to start to change yourself around and how long it's gonna sit up there and take you to be able to get over what you're going
Wow.
through.
Mm. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Marquita, let us hear from you. I mean, they both done said a lot of good stuff here. You know what I'm saying? But if you need to second it, or if you feel like what they said is enough, that's fine. But I do want to hear your perspective on this as well. Terry definitely and MayMay, they gave us some good ones. But do you feel like addiction is something that we always have to, at the end of the day, fight against, or is it something that we can just ultimately overcome? Yeah.
I say it's because it's always gonna be peer pressure somewhere. Like even as an adult, you can be peer pressured or whatever like that.
Wow.
And like when you get sick, when you break a bone or something, you go to the hospital. They dope you up.
They dope you up. Yeah.
They also help you get. Some people also get addicted to painkillers and stuff because they visit the hospital and stuff like that.
Facts.
So I feel like if it ain't the hard drugs, possibly something happened in your life where you end up in the hospital and you ended up getting hooked on what they was giving you in the hospital. Like my sister that passed away last year in July, she had kidney disease. And when I was on the phone with her one day and she was asking the nurses for more pain meds, the nurse was being pretty rude and she was like, we were already told not to give you no more pain meds. And I'm like, son, she said it like that because you in there probably asking for a lot of pain pills and they think you got addicted to it. But it's like you only got addicted to it because she was in the hospital so much. So they was giving her like oxy, perks, they was giving her all the strong stuff. So then it's like one day I took her to pick up her prescription and it was like supposed to be 20 oxycodone pills. So then when she passed away, it was like a couple weeks later, she had one pill left in the bottle. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to have more than this left up in here too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I feel like you always got to be on the lookout, especially if you think you're prone to getting addicted to stuff. Turn down the hard stuff at the hospital or tell them, you don't want the hard stuff. So yeah.
Dang, that's good. That's good. So in your perspective, sometimes addictions you always have to say, like you said, you always have to fight because you feel like it can come even when you least expect it. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because even with drinking, like you get into a routine. Say you catch yourself going outside every weekend, no matter what happens during the week, you go outside every weekend drinking. The whole weekend you just drunk. You ain't seeing no pattern yet. Like become a pattern.
Oh, that's good. That's good. This is also good, man. I can't wait to cut up this content and post this stuff. Like this is good.
Zoom all the way in.
I'm zooming in. I'm zooming in. I'm
Jesus.
zooming in on MayMay. I'm zooming in on Marquita. I'm zooming in because this is good. This is so good. Okay. I'm gonna circle back around to you, MayMay. I got 2 questions left, but the last question y'all pretty much answered, so this could be the last question. But I wanna dig here a little bit. And some of y'all already kind of touched on this question, but I guess y'all can repeat it if you want to. But what makes addiction easy to fall into, MayMay? Whatever addictions you be struggling with, whatever addictions you have, what do you think make it easy to fall into? Why is it so easy for you to just give in?
I feel like when you use, like, for example, for me, the money thing, I feel like whenever my dad would, like, go off on me, and at the end he would feel bad, he would take me shopping.
Wow.
So like so guess what? Now I'm upset, I'm having a bad day, somebody pisses me off, I'm going shopping. So it's just, I guess, something that you get used to as a child.
Wow.
So
wow. That childhood trauma or that childhood bondage of the addiction is, you saying, makes it easy.
It really do.
Dang. That's deep. That Terry sound like you saying something. Come on.
I ain't saying nothing yet, but I'm finna touch on what she said up there and said, because that's crazy, because that triggers something in my brain. Like, that actually makes a lot of more sense, because my dad would do the same thing. My mom would do the same thing as well. So when the guy I was dating would go and buy me stuff, I would accept it because my dad would sit up there and do the same thing. So once my dad was doing it, I'm like, okay, that kind of make it better than what it was, but then turn around and do the same thing again, and then do what? Go buy me more stuff or send me more money for me to sit up there to be able to go and make myself feel better for the time being. So I get that. Because you absolutely right. Because I wasn't thinking about that at first either until you just said it. And
come on, like, MayMay.
That make a lot of more sense too. Because my mom and my dad both. My mom was like, we'll get in trouble. The mom was like, well, want to store with me real quick? Yeah, we go to the store. Now we going to go get food now. We going to go get a new toy or something. We going to go get some new clothes or something like that. So definitely for sure. That's definitely something else. And then to even answer the question, the question one more time for me.
Absolutely. What makes addiction easy to fall into? Why is it so easy to fall into that slippery slope?
Why is it so easy? Like, for instance, sex. You can get sex from anywhere, from anybody. So with that, just like alcohol, you can get alcohol from anywhere and anybody because my mom used to have a liquor cabinet. We used to sit there, fill up water bottles, take them to school, and be in school drunk.
I said don't go too far. You telling too much.
So like with that, it's like, okay, because I see these people doing this thing. Yeah. I want to sit up there and do this thing too. And then you fall into a crowd of people who sit up there and do X, Y, and Z, and then you're a part of this crowd, and then now you're doing the thing that they was up there doing too. Now it's like a common thing to sit up there and do, like going out every weekend, drinking every weekend, smoking every weekend, popping pills every weekend. So it's not really a peer pressure type thing, but it's like, okay, I see you all doing it and you all enjoying yourselves. So maybe if I do that too, I'd enjoy myself like you all are. So let me try this and see how it goes. And then if I liked it, now I'm constantly doing the same thing over and over and over again, whether it's like drinking, popping pills, having sex, going hunting, shooting guns off and stuff like that. Yeah. That could be a thing as well too. Yeah. So I make it real easy, and then everything literally is accessible to you. So except for like opiates. Other than that, everything is literally on the street for you and ready for you to sit up there and go and take part in whatever it is you sit up there doing.
That's good.
It just depends on you how far you want to get into that addiction and how long you want to sit up there and have it and hold on to it.
Exactly. Ooh.
And man. I feel like it's so hard to just like control it at times because certain people, they just, remember the old you, not the new you. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a couple dudes who be hitting me up like, nah, bro, I'm not with that shit no more. Like leave me alone, and then they don't want you to, I guess, grow up and be the person that you want to be because they want that fun, freaky person, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, it's so hard.
Terry pointing at the screen. Terry pointing at the screen. She pointing, but go ahead.
Yeah. So like, it's so hard. And then like, when you get used to something, man, I tell you.
Yeah.
Like one of the things that she said about the boyfriend and stuff, that used to be me. Like with my dad, as a teenager, my dad will like always ask me for money, always, no matter what. And then now that I'm grown, 2 years ago, I was dating this guy. Guess what? Every single time he will ask me for money and I would get nothing in return. But me giving him money was just us not having a conflict. And that was now that I'm looking at
your dad. It all ties back to that childhood. Yeah.
And then like the other day I was doing some deep thinking. I realized that I have dated 2 guys that was just like my dad. Nothing but just like my dad.
Wow.
And then the funny thing was I was so tied up into like just wanting love that I didn't even realize. Like they called it love, but then it was just like it wasn't even love.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, I was one dumb bitch, but
nah, don't say that. Yeah.
I'm growing, so
yeah, you growing. Exactly. That's all we can do. We all got stuff tied up. We all come from all different backgrounds of addictions and then struggle stuff, but it's doing stuff like this. Like this right here is a fight. This is us fighting against it. If you believe it or not, this is you fighting against you talking about it. Like this is one of the first most crucial steps. Some people never get to this step. They die. They go to their grave with stuff, and it's like, damn, like, you know, again, that's why I think things like this is important. Marquita, we can't leave you out though. Before we close, I got to circle back around to you right quick. She thought she got away. Nope. I want to hear it. What makes addictions easy to fall into for Marquita?
It being fun, or it's giving you a good feeling the first time you do it, so you look for that same feeling over and over.
Yep.
So I think that's why it's so easy. And then it's easy access. Like if you're addicted to drugs, easy access. If you're addicted to sex, easy access. If you're addicted to painkillers, easy access. If you're addicted to sleeping pills, easy. You got easy access. So that's what makes it so easy as well. And like the fun, like say you pop the pill and you and your friends was downtown drunk riding to school, you had a blast. You had a blast. You're gonna look for that every single time. Every single time you're gonna look for it. So I think that's what makes it so easy.
That's good. That is so good. And I appreciate.
Wait, so would you say your addiction is you trying to help people tell their stories?
I already knew she was gonna turn it on me. I knew it. Look, I already knew
was gonna get on you next, honestly, because
What you say that's your addiction?
Here go MayMay. Here go Terry. All y'all want to talk. One at a time, please. One at a time.
Don't change the subject. She asked you a question.
Look. Can I turn off my camera at least? No.
Y'all out here in the open, bright lights, big stage. Come on, Bernie.
Oh man. All right. I'm gonna share what I want to share because I ain't gonna get too deep. Your boy Trey got again. I started these groups for y'all, but I started it for me too.
I started it for me too. Sometimes it's good for you to. Sometimes it's good to interview the interviewer because we gotta know that you fit in there. You're a part. You're a part of it. Yeah.
I feel that absolutely. Man, I think there's been a lot of addictions I've had. I'm actually just trying to think of which ones. I would say for one, there have been moments where I would be, I couldn't stop talking to more than one person. Like let's say relationships or something like that. Like hopping to and fro, or you ain't. You can't, you're not satisfied with this, or you get this. I've had a lot of that in relationships, I would definitely say, or even the sexual aspect, that addiction, that has been something I have struggled with. Like that has been something very heavily that I have struggled with. And again, going back to the why behind it being the aspect of, and for me, in many instances, it was not the excuse of not feeling loved or this or that by your parents. Because again, I was raised by an amazing mom. But it could have been the aspect of just maybe running away from trust issues or running away from different elements that I kind of maybe dealt with internally when it came to my childhood, or it's a lot of different things, elements that kind of played into those different addictions. But yeah, I would say from the sexual aspect to the maybe even the monetary aspect. There's probably been moments where it's been I want to get the money, I want to get that mentality, the addiction for money. I think that's something that a lot of people don't talk about, the addiction of attaining money. I want to get the money. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge addiction for a lot of people. I think
it's a distraction for a lot of people.
It's a distraction. It's a distraction. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to hide behind the money. Addiction for prestige, an addiction for attention, an addiction for there's a bunch of addictions that I think I struggled with in some aspect. Have I sat down a lot and thought about the why? I can't say I haven't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, I think a lot of times you could distract your own self from doing that. But going back to Terry, that's what I admire about her. so far. It's just the aspect of how she said that she's an overthinker. Sometimes it's actually a good thing being an overthinker, because then you can start to think about the things that you overthinking. Like you already thinking, you know what I'm saying? So now you're already in your head. So now I get to the point to where when you get back into your head to reflect on to reflect on why you did something, overthinking could become a good thing, because now you all up in it. Now you all up in your head thinking, you know. So I really admire that about you, Terry. Like, you being able to think and reflect on things, and now you, like you said, you growing in your self-love, your self-care, you self-dating. You know, I love that. And I've grown in that too. I think ever since the pandemic, it kind of helped sit me in my room to where I've been able to build this community I've built. And in the process of building it, I've had a lot of lonely nights, and those nights have caused me to think and to actually be transparent with myself. So absolutely, since y'all want to call me out, there you go. There you go.
I don't think that was good enough, but all right.
Oh man. What y'all want from me? With my blood type? Yo, my blood. What y'all want to know? My social security?
I mean, I'm B positive. Look.
Y'all want my social security number? Look, what y'all want from me?
Give me the last four.
Little last four. Okay, little.
We're building trust here. We're building trust.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Nah, I feel it. And again, I understand that for sure. I'll definitely try to do better and incorporate myself in some of the questions. It's just for the sake of time, I try to like bounce around. But yeah, one day I'll just like let y'all get on the call and chew me out. Maybe I'll do that. But maybe. But nah, it's good though. This is good. This is real good. I had my last question actually was a question y'all all kind of hit. So I think I'll end off with this question. And that is, what would maybe be 3 tips that y'all would give somebody to help them overcome an addiction? If they looking at you, Terry, or they looking at you, MayMay, and they like, they listen to this right now, they're like, man, I'm addicted. I'm addicted. I'm addicted. I can't do that. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
3 tips.
One thing to say to that is go get a therapist.
Ooh.
Go get counseling. Go to a psychiatrist and really figure out the root of your problems and when it started, because it literally stems from that. And people don't like to admit that it comes from childhood stuff, or they realize it comes from childhood things that happen to them or in their household. And the parents also don't want to hold themselves accountable for stuff either. So it make it harder to fully understand and fully heal yourself, because the main part of you, for most people that hurt you or have you in this kind of state, is your parents.
Come on.
Because even though it was I tried the best I could with what I had, and it's still like, even when because even like trying to express how you feel, it was basically disrespectful. So it's like, how can I talk to somebody or talk to you when, one, you're not listening to what I'm saying to you to try to help me better understand, why did you do this to me, or why did this have to sit up there and happen in the way it sit up there and happen? So it go like your communication, how you bond with other people, how you talk to other people, how other people sit up there and perceive you. Your personality traits can sit up there and come through as your appearance in some kind of ways, and like how you parent your kids. You sit there looking at yourself like, oh yeah, my mom always yelled at me to do the same thing, and then you catch yourself doing the same thing your mom did to you, to your kids. It's like, yeah, no, I gotta change that about myself. I gotta sit up there and do this about myself too, because I don't want to have my kids having the traumas or be mentally messed up because they feel like they can't come talk to me because they're depressed or they're getting bullied or somebody's doing something to them. I need for you to come tell me so that way I can correct and fix it. Because I started even with my kids. At one point, with my 2 oldest kids, I had the thing where we'll sit down and talk about our day and what's going on with each other, and then ask them, how could I be a better parent to you? Or what is it that I do?
That's good.
What is it that I do to you or around you that you don't like that I should probably change for you.
Wow.
My oldest understands that, and my youngest one is starting to understand that more. And my 5-year-old is very vocal. So when something is wrong, or she want to talk about something, she'll come ask like, "Can I ask you a question really fast?" Of course you can. What's going on? Or it's like when she wanna cuddle more, or she want more attention, she comes and tell me like, "I need a little more attention right now," or "I want to cuddle with you right now. I don't feel well. I want to just lay here." And then when she's ready to talk, we'll talk. And my oldest daughter as well.